The Theosophical Society's campus is historic. We have a number of buildings here that are heritage buildings. They are buildings that have historical significance within the subcontinent of India. The headquarters building itself is 200 years old. And there are other buildings of 100-year vintage and more. So they're buildings that are beautifully built, but by virtue of the fact they've been around a long time, there's renovation work that seriously needs to be done now. So going forward, one of the things that we really do want is for this to be a center that is reflective of its international character. And so it's very important that people from around the world be represented here. I had the good opportunity in my very first few months in the position as president to be in the Netherlands and to make the acquaintance of Michiel Haas. He's a gentleman who's been a member of the Theosophical Society, comes from a theosophical family, but he's an architect. So we get an opportunity to talk, and for whatever reason, right away, it was clear that our approach and our ideas were very, very much aligned. So over the course of the last couple of years now, we have been working with the various elements, which are many, in terms of developing a plan for renovating, for bringing back these beautiful structures, and also developing new uses of some of these old structures.
Looking to the whole estate of 257 acres, about 100 hectare, we have a huge estate and with more than 100 buildings on it. So we made a long-term plan, about 20 years, and we made the first ideas. For the first 5 years we start with the main buildings. But our idea is quite clear that we want to do this in a sustainable way. A way where we show the future, how we can live on this earth on a good way, nature and man together in one place. We're standing here in front of the headquarters. The headquarters, our main building. The other side was the beautiful side, but here you see the real problems. We get rusting, we have rotting, we have everything what you can think on a building can happens here. From the water, just from leakage from rain pipes.
And this is important because that's the archives on the other side, right?
Yeah. And they have in the archives water leakage, and that's not so good idea for archives. Shall we go inside? What you see on this side, that beam, is work of termites. And you can't imagine what they do. Really, just look at it. And I got from everybody lists about what is here on the estate. And I put all these lists together and I found out that we have at least 116 buildings at the estate. From these 116 buildings, I visited already 105. That means we have to look for a kind of prioritizing. It is based on how is it used? Is it daily used? Is it regularly used? Is it seldom used? Or is it empty and without any function? It is also based on cultural or historical value. And then we have based on the condition. Some buildings are in acceptable condition. I don't have any building in a good condition yet. We have reasonable condition, we have poor condition, and we have a very poor state. From this together, you can give points, and we get then a priority. The AA, we have to do as soon as possible something. We have the A, we have the B, the C, and the D. These are the 6 AA buildings. It starts with the Besant Bungalow, Blavatsky Bungalow, Headquarters, Leadbeater Chambers, Raja House, and Sevasrama. But still, we don't have the money and the possibilities to start with 6 buildings. So we took off this one. And we took off this one, Sevasrama. So we go with these 4 buildings, we start. And then we have leadpeter chambers. We are here standing for leadpeter chambers. Leadpeter chambers is one of our buildings for guests, and it is a very famous building, and therefore it will be also a heritage building, because this is the very first concrete building in India. And we have the same problems as we have in the other buildings, but we have some extra problems here because the reinforced concrete has its own problems, and we want to modernize this building also. One of the problems of reinforced concrete is the steel inside. If it gets wet, it starts rusting, and when it starts rusting you get cracks, like here. That's just the beginning. But if this starts, a whole lot of other things are starting again. I will show you that also. Yeah, when the steel starts rusting, you see like this, and then the concrete is coming out down, and you only have the steel rusting, and when this goes on, the whole structure will fall down.
Steel.
It's all about the rusting
Reinforcement
steel.
inside the
Yes.
concrete.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And they used here salt sand when they built it. And salt sand means that it is already starting the rust. So just after the beginning, after they complete the building, the rusting started already. This will stand for another 20, 30 years, okay, even when it's rust and the rust is going on. So what we should do is make it all open, take the rust away so far as possible and close it again. And that's just about the building structure, but this building is beautiful made for 100 years ago. And for now, sleeping with 4 people in one room or 6 people in one room is not what we expect today. So I would like to go inside one of the rooms if possible and then show you what our plans to change inside.
Wonderful.
You see here the rooms, how they are not very normal, but normally they are with 2 beds on each side. And because I made an office from this room, there's 1 bed in an office, the other side are 3 beds. But you see that the size of the rooms is big enough if you divide it here for a 2-person's room. What I think that's very nice to see, this is a concrete building, but looks like it is built like it is a wooden building. So these beams from concrete, but they look like wood. They didn't know what you can do with this material. I want to show you the bathroom. This is part of the bathroom, and what you see is that this is not from this time anymore. If we want to have a good accommodation for the people, we should renew this. On the other hand, what I didn't tell, and I have to show you that also, in this place here, we don't have a bathroom now. But there is a good possibility to make a bathroom. And just you see, we have already a door here on this place. And this door is leading to a staircase. So here you have that staircase in between 2 rooms. And if you go inside, you see there is lots of room to make 2 good bathrooms inside. And of course that means that we have 2 less staircases for the regulations. So we make 3 new staircases on the building, both on each side and 1 in the middle. So then we have 4 staircases all outside instead of inside, but these are never used. I'm now standing on the roof of leadpeter chambers, looking over the surroundings, and there you see the broken bridge and the Bay of Bengal. The roof is the same, but they covered it with bitumen, like this. But as you see, we still have the same problems as with the other roofs. It's still leakage. We have to restore this in the original state. That means we want to get back these beautiful madras tiles. Madras roofs are flat roofs with tiles, beautiful tiles. And well, you don't see that anymore. It's one of the beautiful things from these buildings. Another thing, what we want to do here on this roof is make an extra roof, about this here, with PV cells. And PV cells are cells you get electricity from the sun. And of course we also want to have hot water, so we have also sun energy for the hot water.
Very nice.
Another thing what you don't see here, but what we will see after the renovation, when we make these beautiful rooms, we divide them because they are big enough, you lose this cross ventilation. And we'll make ventilation like this upstairs, and then we make a sun chimney here on this place. And sun chimney, that means you have pipes going up and you have a glass pipe around it, and these glass pipes will become hot. So this hot air will take the cool air from out of the room upstairs, and so you get this cross ventilation in a new way. This is the real beautiful Blavatsky bungalow. And you don't see here that it is in a really bad condition. So it is, we have to start with renovation within 3-4 years, otherwise we have a real problem here, structural problem. And just going a little bit in detail, you see leakage problems again. And what is a real problem, these beams are wooden beams. So the whole structure is standing on wooden beams. And if you give it too much water, it will rot. And that starts here.
It goes all the way around the building.
All the building around, yes. You see already on some places here, this is quite clear here, the rising dampness from the ground. And we see this in a lot of the buildings we have here, and headquarters is worse for this. And we have it also in this building. We are here on the roof of Blavatsky bungalow, one of our main buildings. And what I want to show you is it starts with a very small seed growing out of the wall, and if you don't take that away, it changes into a real tree just on the building. It really can destroy everything.
So that's all wood?
Yeah. Some of them are perhaps bad, and we can repair them with epoxy. It looks like a wooden beam. It isn't a wooden beam, but you don't need to take it all out. It's the way of restoring wood. Here you see already some of these real problems with the wooden beam and this column, but we still can repair that. Just a small problem, but here you see already one beam is coming away, was already away, and that one is rotten on that place, so it's coming down. Today or tomorrow or in 1 year, I don't know. And here we have again this beautiful madras roof. Just clean it and find a way to make it waterproof. And we are looking for something transparent that you see the tiles. Well, last time the banyan tree was coming to here. You couldn't pass there because that was all banyan tree coming up that roof.
So this was all covered?
It was all covered.
And you can see where you've cut the tree.
Yeah.
I'm standing here on the upper roof of Blavatsky Bungalow, just beside the great banyan tree. The great banyan tree is a holy tree here. This is a very old one, and a banyan tree is always growing and making new stems. And this tree was growing over this building. So nobody dared to cut branches from the banyan tree because it is a holy tree. So we were looking for a solution, and we thought, well, we meditate here on the tree together, and we asked the tree, can you give us a solution for this problem? The tree answered, and the angel of the tree put their mantle over the whole tree, except the branches going over this building, this Blavatsky Bungalow. That was a very clear sign to say, well, we are allowed to cut the branches here and thank the tree that we can be together here.
Then why did we call the website The Elephants? That's a nice question. Well, as a symbol of strength, the elephant inspires us to be strong and patient at the same time. It relies on conscious thought and patience to meet all its needs. And of course, we have elephants here. And I have personally something with elephants. And when I was the first time here, not the first time, but the first time I came for this job, that means January 2015, I went swimming in the Sea of Bengal, and I got a huge gulf over me. And afterwards I had an elephant in my hand. This one. So that must be a sign. The website is called The Elephants.